parking lot area that we're gonna create, gravel, nice gravel parking lot, school bus turnaround, handicap parking up top if we can, restrooms out that way. We're gonna have regular restrooms and flush toilets, that sort of thing. I would, when we get to that part, I would like some community involvement just to put in ideas for the building and that sort of thing, how we want to do it. We have to still decide whether the septic is going that direction or that direction. Likely it'll be out this direction, but it's hard to say. Yeah, there's a lot of rock up here, so putting that in is not going to be an easy task. I thought Casey was coming up because he, I think, knows the schedule for the power pole coming in. He's already the electrical inspector's been here. So we do want to put a little kitchenette underneath that bay window there, where that plumbing spots are open there. I'm just thinking of just super simple, small sink, countertop, lower refrigerator, tiny refrigerator, probably a coffee pot, some sort of hot pad or something for a teapot, and maybe a blender or something. So if there's sports-like activities, yoga and that sort of thing, people can get refreshed. What else?
I like to mention that I put in for a small grant from Working Beauty for a group of us to come together and make a permaculture assessment of this piece of property. And in exchange, they're giving us $200 for the initial landscaping. It's not much, but it's something. Anyone interested in that, let me know. We can start, do some rainwater harvesting, look at how we can set things up so that a little bit more environmentally sustainable.
Yeah, and Casey also, he's got the people to do the roof. I don't know when that's scheduled yet, but I know he's spoken to them. We picked our color. And then what's not in the budget is rainwater catch systems. So I'm not sure where we can squeeze that in.
Just get some decent guttering and some tanks.
But we'll have continuous, good seamless gutters put on, and then we should strategize as what the containment systems would be and where and how. We talked about it, and others talked about it last time. But yeah, there's plenty of rock for landscaping. And I'm very open for suggestions. I have a visual in my head, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what has to happen. I'm definitely open for suggestions. So.
I would certainly hate to see any of those rocks back there disturbed.
That is just
too beautiful.
That's natural beauty back there.
I now do the second year water harvesting on about 40 acres. Part of it I'm going to show again this Saturday, if you're interested, 11 o'clock at the gravel road. And then I'm going to bring everyone who shows up out to B's place. I'm going to do a little hike, show what I did over the last 1.5 years.
So
it's water harvesting in the landscape.
Meeting where? At the bus stop up there?
No, at Great White Father, at the end of our road.
Where that silver van is there?
Yes.
At 11 Saturday?
Yes.
Questions I've already seen, it's pretty interesting.
Right on.
Yeah, I went through before the monsoon, and now we're going to do a hike through after the monsoon. It's pretty interesting, and it starts to really come together.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, we were even thinking that, those rocks are so beautiful out there, that it sort of makes up sort of a natural amphitheater. Literally, there's trails between the rocks. People can sit up on there. We can even do ed programs, other presentations right at the bottom of that hill. And we've been watering those oaks so thoroughly from this root runoff. They're really big, but I think somebody else can go to the pathway to get back there. Yeah, we have I'll print it out, well, I'm not gonna be around tomorrow, but probably by the end of the week, I'll send you, print out just kind of the stages that we're gonna take to get it done. So everybody can sort of be on the same page and we can figure out a calendar for that.
Needs beer barreling, sand, easy, for hours.
Well, we have a problem, we have to
do it.
do that door.
I'll get this in the water.
So it means hours and hours.
Yeah.
Because that's probably about 3 or 4 wheel barrels to one pump.
Yeah,
Well, it's that or Jackman.
no way.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that, there's no way, that's not here.
Yeah.
So then it's lots of wheelbarrows.
We'll dump a truckload there, and we'll dump a truckload up there, and we'll just start, we'll get a few people to just start bringing it in. I bet it'll go in a day. I think we can do it. I need the exercise really bad, so I'm sure I'll help. My foot will hurt really bad that day. Yeah. There you go. That's the idea. Oh, another great idea for people to think about is how to light this place up. I'm thinking track lights, but I just
Yeah.
would love some lighting suggestions, because it's not really
Definitely
working.
like so that, at least some of them that can be moved around,
Yeah.
redirected.
Yeah, because, that it should be something that can be in pre-aimed
Yeah.
for different artwork or whatever if he sells stuff.
LED.
Yeah, LED for I think was a good idea, just to relay like what, where, how many, should we do a ceiling fan somewhere, that kind of stuff.
And where are we gonna put the bathroom?
Right outside that part of the building,
Oh,
so people have to go outside to,
Not attached.
not attach it because I'm not really sure about the structural integrity of the walls and things, and I don't wanna discuss.
Lightning or lighting should be so that if you work, you have no shade and you can turn around and you still don't have shade because it's a pain if you shade yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so, if people wanna do some independent research on that and let me know what they found out about, what, you see the building now and and before we hire the electrical contractor, we're gonna need to know where we're gonna want power for lights as well. I'm still thinking having outlets everywhere like this was designed to have, just because the more the merrier, we just don't know what type of things are gonna be going on here, so. I was also thinking if it would take a little bit more brain than my own, but very often, in buildings like this, because of the activities, it might be good to have floor outlets that are completely flush and covered. Just in case we're doing audio-visual stuff and we really need to not have cords dangling or running around. So if people wanna think about that too and give me suggestions. Because, I think a projector would be used quite frequently in here. I see that kind of like the only potential blank wall to hang the big screen on. But, the projector would have to be further out, just things like that.
Do you know, what are the dimensions in here? What's the square foot?
What did we say it was, Urs?
I guess to the door at the back wall 44,
Something
wasn't
like
that
that?
what you said? And in between 30. Well, let's do it again. I did it once before, It's 4, 8, 12, 16, 18, 20, 24, 20, it's 30. Yeah, then, also suggestions for heating, if we want to do some independent research and say, well, here's the size of the building, what is that, 1,400 square feet, something like that?
How well does this stove?
Well, we're not going to use this stove, it wasn't properly installed, and it would make such a mess when we're trying to have mess cleaning events. So I'm thinking propane personally is for cost-wise, but I don't really know much about propane heaters for something that's going to have to be attractive and sort of out of the way, streamlined, that sort of thing.
How about floor heating?
we would have to have that decided before we put a floor down.
Yeah.
It can get pricey.
So,
How about solar floor heating?
what's that?
Solar water heating
heating.
panels to, you won't get the full amount, but to, as kind of a supplement or backup.
And since it's for the non-profit, since it's for the non-profit, you might be able to sell it as a test run for some solar floor heating company as advertising for their thing. You see the way I think, huh? Well, yeah.
And I think like just a couple of the blue flames would do it, and that way you could
Yeah.
alternate, if we're gonna do something here, we could turn it on this side. If we're gonna
Yeah.
do something over there, we could turn it on that side. That's just me.
Well, yeah, I'm just, my suggestion is people do some online research and see what you can come up with that. Because it would definitely, for timing, because I would like to see about this floor being in pretty dang quick. Be nice if it was done this month. But I thought Casey was coming in because I think he already did some research on heaters and even lights, so. Before it gets dark, I guess we can get out of here. So definitely throw me your suggestions and, call me or, email me. Wouldn't do it for the space, but I think as brains get going on this and his landscape and that too.
So is that the one that's gonna be for ability access?
That other one will be, it's wider. Yeah, we're just gonna fancy it up.
This one will be closed.
What's that?
This one will be closed.
Well, it'll be a standard doorway. We'll have big steps coming up to it. You know, the oversized steps, so you can enter from three sides. But it will be a standard door when the floor is in. It'll be 6'8". And what I'm hoping for is to bring up the ground level enough so that a van can turn around and people can, and handicapped people can exit a van by that door. We'll see some of it as it starts to develop.
It looks like they have the south facing roof on the other side.
Yeah, it has clear story.
Yeah, there's no trees, there's no.
Yeah.
So the bathroom's about where that flag is or closer?
I think he was thinking that's probably maybe potentially the far corner of the building. Bring it this way. Well, we were gonna go.
Yeah, actually.
Great. Because, I think, I wanna look at throwing enough stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn, but. Ah. My neighbor Paula, she worked for Plants in the Southwest, went out and did wild harvesting and stuff, so she's been teaching me slowly.
I think of the city folks. Yeah. And I also think of the maintenance of town.
It's not,
No, I mean, there's a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a sawdust
Ah,
The first thing I had when I moved here.
Use the indoor sawdust rollers when it's freaking freezing or 3 a.m. Yes.
So Leighton, is this gonna be used by the wolf sanctuary like all day or most days?
Oh no, this is pretty much it's just there for events, educational programs. We don't have any all-day things that we currently would have planned where it would be used on on a consistent basis. That's why another reason why it's so important for us to use it for a community so that it can really get booked and used. What good is a building sitting here for 30 years not getting used?
Yeah, I just didn't know since it was an ed center, well, kind of the larger picture was for the wolves. I just,
Yeah, the original picture was for the wolf sanctuary, but still, the community is so as important, you know. And so as long as we have a good community calendar, we can have 2 calendars the way I see it, and I'm sure there'll be more suggestions, but we use the Google Calendar. It's public, you know, you can make it a public calendar. Everybody who's involved can see it, and they can book their own stuff. And, you know, so we'll create whatever kind of rules or boundaries we need to, you know. I suggest that we just put a donation box in there, and when people have their personal events, where the yoga or tai chi or whatever, that they take a conscientious percentage and drop it in the box, and that helps pay the bills.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't feel, at least for now, or maybe for a few years, to even consider charging insiders, you know, candy kitcheners. Maybe somebody from the outside who wants to have an event and use the space, like, you know, then that's a different story. But I'd rather we develop community through supporting each other.
I think that's great.
How big is that we would be assessing? I don't know, it goes down all the way down to the bottom that way and all the way to Bev or whatever her name's house is over that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do all we want.
Remember what I just got through telling you about down there? Just walk down there and there it is sitting on top.
Walk out this direction.
There's just a little, you know how a lot of the places have these little just outposts sitting on little knolls of the hills?
Yeah.
That's all this one was over here.
Observation tower, sanctuary.
We were digging Jackie's fire pit for the old sweat lodge. Found almost a complete blue pot.
Wow. So whose house is this originally?
That was my sister-in-law's. Dawn and Chester. And
Yeah, all the way up. No, we've had this 20 acres and the 16 above it for quite some time.
So this is 20,
Yeah, this piece is 20. It's kind of a weird long shape on that way.
going down all the way to the road.
all the sanctuary?
No, the sanctuary.
What's the total now?
So it totals 120. So it's 12, 20, 16. You know, 3, 23. You know, here.
The 20 here go all the way down to the road.
Yes.
I don't know, and the 16 is where that newer building, the last
Yes.
building.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, if I look in that direction, we've taken lots of care to trim all the trees. Yeah. Real different look for the same look. But in the long run, this is mostly, I could imagine, fire suppression.
Yes.
That's one of the goals in that property too,
Yeah.
this side.
Yeah, we need to get it. I mean, the whole place needs to get cleaned up. The trees need to be trimmed proper and pretty aesthetically, but yet safely for fire. The Boy Scouts did all that.
oh wow.
Yeah.
More power to the boys.
Yeah.
I wish I had a big
Boy
old
Scout
fat
flag
chipper
is
shredder,
good.
because man, I'd chip and shred this place. to
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
I wish Kennedy Kitchen could get a big commercial shredder
Yeah.
that we could all just rent and haul around and share in chipping.
They're between 16 and 20 grand.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Make
Well,
like
the-
2 and
Yeah, it would be super beneficial.
Yeah.
All this stuff that's around.
Yeah.
To be able to chip it, and then you use it for gardens, landscaping, pathways,
Exactly.
soil enrichment, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, something I've been thinking about for a long time, is just things like that that we can do.
Yeah.
Improve our lives, just.
Yeah. True, true. I'm gonna go home and eat now.
Alright.
Thanks you guys for coming up here and get the wheels turning. And I'll be putting together sort of a game plan piece by piece to get it done that everybody can look at. And then we can start planning for that, for the interior piece. And then Al's pretty much, I'm gonna turn it over to him for the outside landscaping bit. He's got the brain power.
This is currently the front part of the long housing. We're gonna actually take the building and turn it so it's facing the road more.
And then we'll still keep the front part as is, but it was actually meant to be a massage room. And then sort of a guest room for anybody that, our friends. But right now we need it for housing for volunteers. And the backside will be for like a little office space and storage for the Ed Center. So that we can sort chairs and whatever things we need to put away.
That's all thing I'm telling.